Oh my God. Only that would happen to me. I forget to put myself up on the screen. But hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the backup channel. We are live, baby. We are live. Now, this typically would have been like the big launch, but I'm still feeling kind of under the weather. But there's been a lot of things going on in the beef sector, and I wanted to talk about it. So this is the soft launch of AT2 entering into the beef sector. But what's up, everybody? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. What's up, Jackie? What's up, V? What's up, Ingrid? Nice to see you. What's up, Angela? What's up, Kay? What's up, New York? Thank you for being here. What's up, Demetria? Thank you. What's up, Sarah? Thank you for being here. Shout out to Gee Gee Darling. I don't know if she's still here or not. What's up, Winnie? How everybody doing? What's up, Jelly? How are you doing? Let me put some lotion on. Hold on. Because I know they're going to talk about my ashy-ass hands. Hold on. Let me put some lotion on. Yes, there's been a lot going on in the beef sector. I have been highly entertained. Let me just tell you, voice sounded stronger. Yes, it's getting there. It's getting there. I know. I no longer do I sound like I got a frog in my throat or something like that. It's finally getting a lot. It's getting a lot stronger. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Angie? Hello, hello, hello. All right. So without further ado, for those of you who don't know what the beef sector is, beef sector has been going on since, I want to say, 2017, 18. Basically, what they do is beef. There's no other explanation. Some people say the beef sector started before the Kaya and T.S. Madison situation happened. Some people say it happened afterwards. Some people didn't even know what to call it. It's literally just people that come online and they got a situation. They basically give commentary on whatever beef is going on, and then that sprouts out with other beef. Kind of like the black tea sector. So it's a lot of parallels. You know what I mean? What's up, Starnik? What's up, Stephanie? Oh, so, I'm sorry. You know when you get a text message, sometimes it distracts you. And I'm all like, who the hell is that? It was somebody texting me about something else. I'm sorry. All right. But anyway, so now with the beef sector, what's going on is that there's this influx of, first it was the black sector, and it's supposed to be the black conscious sector. They're not conscious. They're not woke. They're very asleep. And now there's an influx of the Umar Johnson sector. And basically, the reason why these sectors are coming over and merging with the beef sector is because there is no more money. You got to follow the money. Every crime, you got to follow the money, right? And so now there's people all like, I miss the old beef sector, but the old beef sector that there was, even though there's people there like Timothy, Blaine, JWilson, GG, VS, Treecey, even though there's still those people here, it's never going to be the same because with things with the internet, social media, things change all the time. So now you have this whole Umar sector coming over, and they are, it's a different dynamic. And the reason why I was hesitant and why I'm calling this a soft launch is because I'm noticing a trend. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and start out with a little familiar territory. Tracy and Jay Wilson are no longer friends. Now, they've always had ups and flows in their relationship. What's up, Miss Curiosity? Always ups and flows in their relationship. It's always been a mess. What's up, Rico? Thank you for being here, Rico. Shout out to one of the originals, DC Gate legend. But they go through ups and downs all the time in their friendship. How they became friends again, I understand, was, remember there was a whole cruise or whatever they were throwing? Remember that? Well, Jay Wilson was throwing a cruise, and so what Treecey and Misunderstood said was like, oh, well, we going on that cruise too. And they basically punked him, and then it became like a collaboration instead of a solo, his own idea. So basically, that's what kind of happened. But they've been cool ever since. They all live in Texas and everything like that, and they've hung out downtown and stuff like that in their area. which was cool. But from according to Treecey, she said Jay Wilson was upset because she had people on her panel talking about him and vice versa and all this other stuff. And then also Jay Wilson is feeling like, well, y'all letting these Umar boys over and now they're taking over the sector. And he kind of made it seem like they don't like gay people. And basically they're taking over the whole sector and he kind of feels left out, aka the money ain't coming in like it used to come in. So this is what the Umar sector is now doing. They're paying people to be on their panel and for shout outs and to do shows with them. That's their new thing. One of the beneficiaries of getting this new money coming into the sector is Brianna. Brianna has gotten a lot of money from people in the Umar sector for shout outs so they can be on her panel and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, it's a little weird. And it's nothing wrong with Brianna. Brianna, make your money. This is not me hating. Make your money. But here's the thing that people have to realize, and Shakim is one of them that got to realize this. People got to like you for you. Anybody can give you a shout out. Like today, I can give Rico a shout out, right? And I love Rico. It's no beef here. But he has to keep the people there. And if you don't have the talent or anything like that, you're not going to be able to keep the people there. I forgot who said it, and it might have been, dang. I forgot who said it. But someone said something very important about the Umar Boys. And this is going to be interesting because I want Stephanie's thought on this. When they start talking, they talk, you know, the stuff they believe in and all this stuff, the Pan-Africanism and all that shit. When they start talking that shit, are the people still going to be receptive to it? Because you got a lot of women and you got a lot of gay men in that sector. Are they going to be receptive to all that Pan-Africanism and all that stuff? Are they going to be down for all the teachings and all? Like when they start preaching, they talking they shit. Like, are they going to be ready for that? That's going to be a rude awakening, and it's going to wake it up. You know, I'm interested into seeing that. Or, you know, are they changing a new leaf in life? You know, I don't know. That's to be seen. And I'm not the originator of that thought. I forgot who it was. If it's you, please let me know. But I forgot who kind of, you know, okay, this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the sector. Correct, New York. It's not the same as Hotep. You're right. It's not the same. Yeah, because Umar is more Hotep, but it's blanketed as Pan-African because that's kind of like how he sets it up, but it's kind of blanketed, you know? Right. And I know, Stephanie, the sector was originally because they were critical of Umar. However, they had to believe in some of the same stuff that he believed in. I think because, you know that he's a fraud. He ain't never built that school. Remember, he said it was the HVAC system. Now he said he built the HVAC system. Now he needs more funding. And then when you donate to him, you get a brick on the wall. Yeah. You know, that's the thing. So anyway, I'm telling you. So anyway, so when they start, you know, talking, they like, how is it going to be? That's going to be very interesting. And that's what kind of gave me pause, and as well as people paying, like to be on people panel and stuff like that. You don't need to pay anybody. If they want you over there, they want you over there. If you got to pay anybody, that means you're not talent. You ain't got no talent. If you got to pay people to watch you or pay people to come over to your side. Right. Rico said it. Exactly. So I want to move back into the whole Jay Wilson thing. I think not just Jay Wilson, but I think people like to beat up on him. But I feel like a lot of people in the sector feel like, okay, well, what's happening with the sector? Because before JWilson started feeling the way he did, Treasure Lane, James Caldwell had a whole coming to minds with the whole beef sector and the whole new state of the beef sector and stuff like that. So this has been a conversation on like what's going on. But the thing is, I don't think you're supposed to do beef sector for the rest of your life. That's just my thought process. Are you supposed to do it for the rest of your life? I think you're supposed to elevate. Because even with James Caldwell, he does like celebrity stuff. Like he has like over 40K or something like that. He didn't get that just from beef. He does like a lot of celebrity stuff. Just like VS. You see VS going into other sectors. She realized, okay, I gotta branch off and make money somewhere else. Timothy Blaine, Uncle Tim. You see him like, yeah, he talks about B sector. Well, he talks about JWilson, and then he'll talk about other stuff, you know, church news and stuff like that. So he has branched off. So I don't think you're supposed to do B sector for the rest of your life. Would y'all agree with that? Rico, let me know what you think about that. Are you supposed to be B sector for the rest of your life, or are you supposed to branch off? I don't think you're supposed to do it. Even Gee Gee Darling, she's been back more recently, but you know, her content wasn't even about the beef stuff because for a while she was sick of it. Deirdre, she was sick of it for a while, you know? And I think the landscape just changes all the time. Well, branch off to, yeah, you're supposed to branch off eventually. You're not supposed to stay the same forever. And so that's what eventually happens. Now, a lot of people say the same. For instance, Quannie. Quannie is the real reason why I wanted to enter into the beef sector because she pissed me off, and I'll get into that. Don't worry. But Quannie, you know, is somebody who doesn't veer off. She stays on beef, and that's her thing. You know, I think beef consists of many talents. I agree. I agree. Um, but you can't totally stick to the same thing. But for somebody like Quannie, she does. And again, she talks about how she don't make her money from YouTube and all this other stuff. So let's talk about the drunk. So Quanney the Drunk, I went into her chat, right? And you know, I always show Quannie love. I shout her out and stuff like that. But this time it was a little different. I went into her chat, right? And she was like, get Quannie to come on cam. I don't know. I heard she ugly, so I don't know if she's gonna ever come on cam. Allegedly. So Quannie, I went over to her chat, you know, sort of like, hey everybody. She was like, oh, is that AT2? And I was like, oh, hello. And then she was talking about the avatars. You know, you're just an avatar. And basically how people are going around doxing and stuff like that, right? And I'm all like, okay. I was like, yeah, I don't like when these avatars be doxing people. And she was like, well, AT2, don't people send you cash apps? And aren't they avatars when they send you cash apps? I was like, yeah, those are my subscribers sending me cash apps. She was like, but don't you got their first and last name? And I was like, yeah, usually when somebody sends a cash app, it has their first and last name. And she was like, so you go around doxing your people that cash app you? Hold on, let me put my cash app up so I can dox y'all. Hold on. There we go. Just kidding, of course. And I'm all like, huh? Like, why am I doxing people who are cash apping? Like, I was all like, what is this lady talking about? And she was all like, people shouldn't cash app you because you going around doxing them and blah, blah, blah. And like, she just started going off. And then she was all like, AT2, you going around, aren't you looking for dick? And I was like, whoa. Like, she just went off on me. And I was so pissed. And I was like, oh, I'm coming into the beef sector and I'm getting in that ass. But yeah, Quannie just totally went off on me, and I was kind of like, what happened? I was like, I don't get, or I don't understand like why she went off on me. But I forgot she's a drunk. I forgot she be on that shit. So with Quannie, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. That bitch done drunk all 99 bottles of that damn beer on the wall. Because she sounds like she drink malt liquor. She sounds like she drink E&J. She sounds like she drinks Booms. She sounds like she drinks Old English. But anyway, and then she just can't, like, I just felt totally attacked. I went into my white woman era and I was like, oh my God, she attacked me. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, I was just so, thank you. I forgot about that bad dog. And I was just like so shocked. And I'm all like, huh? Like, what? Like, why did I get attacked? And I was like, we cool. And then she mentioned about Deirdre. She was all like, oh, aren't you friends with Deirdre? Aren't you friends? Aren't you cool with her? Well, yeah, that's my godmama. Yeah, I'm cool with her. So I don't know if that was like some kind of shade towards her because something happened or whatnot, but you had no right to come for me. And then you're talking about, I'm looking for dick. Like, no. But here's my thing. Wasn't you looking for ZX dick? Because that's what the street said. You was looking for ZX dick. And you have this imaginary husband named Curtis that nobody has seen. An imaginary husband that nobody, that he don't even claim you. But you worried about me. Lady, you worried about the wrong thing. If you don't sit your ass down and take a motherfucking nap, take your ass to bed, ho. And I don't like cussing out my elders like that. But you came from the wrong one. All I did was show you love and respect. And that ain't your first time trying to quote unquote check me. But I got your ass, Quannie. I got your drunk ass. So come on and bring it. I want to smoke with you. Anyway, moving on from that. So now we're going to transition into Shakim Ra. Now, Shakim, what's up, Darlene? How you doing? Now, Shakim comes from the Umar sector. He's one of the people that are paying for friends and shit like that, right? Shakim is the male version of Misunderstood. For those of y'all who don't know who Misunderstood is, Misunderstood was best friends with Treecey. She was involved in a lot of different storylines. She said that she came from the sobriety sector, but she was always in the big sector. So I understand. Hey, I ain't judging, but I'm judging. And Misunderstood would take a fly all over to see different people and stuff like that. She had hella storylines. Now, excuse me, more or less, you don't really see Misunderstood. She ain't hot no more. At first she was hot, and then like her storyline started to dwindle down and stuff like that. I think she just want to live a quiet life. Shout out to her. But Shakim is kind of following the same thing as far as like always being in the shit, always being in the mess. And it's kind of like, just be easy. Like, you ain't gotta come in hot and, heavy and stuff like that. So there was a situation with Robbie. Shout out to Robbie. I haven't talked to her in a while, but I was in the chat when she was rocking with Shakim. But then they had some kind of falling out and stuff like that. And so then Shakim implied that him and Robbie hooked up. Now, he was on Brianna's channel, Pettyville, right? Brianna Pettyville. He was on her channel, and she asked him, like, oh, well, did y'all fuck? Like, what y'all, flat out asked him, right? He was like, oh, well, I don't really want to say. And, like, he wouldn't answer the question directly, right? And I'm all like, so this fool lives in Detroit, right? And Raw lives in Arkansas. So you telling me that your dick somehow stretched all the way to Arkansas, and then y'all had like, how did that work? And it's all like, oh, I get it. This fool just lies for a storyline. I get it. I get it. See, y'all gotta watch Brianna's channel. It's Brianna Pettyville. You gotta watch her channel because she also said that there was a rumor out there that Shakim and this guy named NBK were effing around while his wife was out of town. Yo! They had a whole. She said that Shakim stole that lady husband while she was at work, and then I was like, what? Now, I didn't believe it, yo, right? I was like, now, why would they say that? You know, it's a thing on these YouTube streets. They always want to make somebody gay, right? But then, you know, he was talking about him and NBK's relationship and, you know, how they became friends or whatever, because now ZX has exposed all of NBK's messages and all this other stuff, right? So Shakim said, oh, well, how we linked up was that he told me that he could give me a record deal. Now, for those of you who don't know, Shakim don't have no music out. Shakim got one song that he plays on his channel, and it's like a remix that he did to Cardi B's song, right? But tell me why all the lyrics are literally just flipped, but he's literally rapping like Cardi B. He stole her whole flow, he stole her whole rap, and just changed a couple of words to it. There is no way in hell that NBK thought like, oh, he can really rap. Oh, let me get him a record deal. They gotta be fucking. I'm sorry. And then Shakim said he going on tour. Sir, how are you going on tour with Cardi B's music? How are you going on tour? What's up, YouTube cameras? How are you going on tour with Cardi B's music? That's the only song we heard. And like I said, that was Cardi B whole flow, her whole rap. How is he going to go on tour with her music? I'm so confused. That's crazy to me. Like, you going on tour with Cardi B music? Like, you got to go on tour with your original music unless you a Cardi B cover band. You know, like, yeah, you can be a cover band to somebody, but I don't know who going to pay, but who paying for that? Yeah, Stephanie, that's what it says in the song. I can't play it for you because, yeah, I ain't trying to get copyrighted, but yeah. That's her whole flow and everything. He stole the whole thing. Like, where's your original music, homie? Like, we have not heard your original music. I'm just saying. But he claimed that he already had a deal, and so he didn't need to go to NBK to go get a deal. I'm a little confused because how you going on tour with somebody else's music? You know? He's inspiring. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a little bit more sense because I'm just all like, how you going on tour with Cardi B music? No way in hell you going on tour with her music. So anyway, so him and NBK aren't cool anymore. And back to the whole ZX. I'm skipping around, but back to the whole ZX thing because he releases these messages. I really didn't know who NBK was until like a few days ago, but I guess that was like his do boy, ZX's do boy, and he would go around flagging people's channel and shit like that. one of the channels that he flagged was VS. And VS was all like, damn, NBK, what did I do to you? And Ken, he talked about Ken Nola. Shout out to Ken Nola. He talked about Ken Nola too. And he was all like, and Ken Nola, Ken, you didn't have to go in that hard. You know how Ken do. Ken started saying, oh yeah, I'm a sleep with your daughters and all this other stuff. They're grown, by the way. I guess NBK is an older gentleman. His daughters are like in their 30s and stuff like that. But I definitely want to fuck the lesbian one. And I'm like, oh my. Listen, Ken ain't got no filter. Trust me. I used to be on the other end of getting cussed out by Ken, so I know how he is. So with that being said, NBK might want to, just tap out on that one. Just tap out on that one, because if you're not ready for Ken, Ken is going to verbally destroy you. You ain't ready for it. But speaking of Ken, I don't know if the beef is over, but I seen something like 3 weeks ago about Ken had said something about Octavius and stuff like that. And I'm all like, okay, now we Ken, you gotta stop it. That beef between the Octavius, Ken, all that gotta go. That storyline is now dead in the water. It's weighing in the water. We gotta get rid of that storyline, Ken. We gotta move on. I like this NBK storyline. Let's stick on that. But please, let's just leave that back in 2023. Let's be done with that. Let's be over with that. We can't still do that. No. We gotta move on from that, Ken. Please, let that storyline go. Let it die out. We don't want no more. We do not want no more of that. Now, I want to go back and revisit the Jay Wilson thing, because Timothy Blaine. Now, Timothy Blaine and Jay Wilson have an endless beef. It ain't never gonna get better. Timothy Blaine was basically saying the thing about the money. He's just trying to sit up there and get money, and he's jealous of these boys coming in and all this other stuff. And Timothy Blaine was, speaking some real shit. And I think it's a thing where Jay Wilson probably wants to portray like he has it, a portray that he got it, right? He good, he make money and this and that. But I don't think he would be good without YouTube. I don't think he would be good without it. I honestly don't think he. Now, Uncle Timothy Blaine, Uncle Tim, he talks shit, but I think he was on it with that one. I don't think he'd be good without it. And I think it worries him, because let me be honest. I haven't been working in a standard job in 3 years or whatever, right? On May 30th will actually be my 4 years since I've been on YouTube. And with that being said, I always shout out to Shakim. He gonna have to rewind it back. He gonna be pissed at me. Watch. Whatchamacallit? It's almost been 4 years. The 30th of May, it'll be 4 years for me. And let me tell you, I didn't start making money until the 3rd year into my whole YouTube and everything like that. It's a struggle. And he's been doing it longer than me. And he's still been working. And I'm not telling nobody to quit their job. No, keep your job. But with the stuff that he does, as far as the beef sector, your money can only go so long. It's only going to go so long. Even with the stuff I do, the celebrity gossip and stuff like that, those videos don't create evergreen videos. For those of you who don't know what evergreen is, those are the videos that always create revenue. Say I did a video about how to change a tire. That's an evergreen video, because there's going to be people looking up on YouTube how to change a tire, right? How to make gumbo. If I did a video on how to make gumbo, that'll be an evergreen video because you look at that as something like, oh, I want to know how to make gumbo. Let me check out this recipe. That'll be evergreen content. With celebrities, gossip, it has to be kind of like a documentary style to be evergreen. I do have a few evergreen videos, but nothing in the millions and stuff like that. No, no, no. I ain't gonna play y'all like I do. You know? So, with that being said, he's in the wrong sector if he's expecting like a whole bunch of money and stuff like that. Now, Brianna is making money because the Umar boys are paying her for shout outs and stuff like that. Totally get it, totally understand it. But that's only going to last so long too. And Brianna getting her education, and I understand she got a real JLB too. So she making money on money. But somebody like JWilson with a mortgage and stuff like that, yeah, you gotta get in some other, you gotta get into some other stuff. Even Treecey, I say that she's one of the queens of the B sector. She even got a JOB, and she can get like thousands of people in her chat. She usually got like a good 300, 400, 500 people in her chat all the time. Treecey even had to go get her JLB because she know that the beat. Well, I think she always had a job, but she knows that Treecey channel always gets taken all the time. That's why it's funny when you guys talk about Jaguar Wright and her being banned from YouTube. I'm like, listen, Treecey done had 30 billion channels taken, and she always coming back. She always back. 5A, and listen, 5A is now in reading the Bible and stuff like that and giving Bible study. She completely changed. Completely changed. Hell, Rico had hella channels changed. But back to 5A. She was one of the heavy hitters in the B sector, and she even had to regress and change her whole thing. And now she in a whole church sector, reading her Bible and stuff like that. She completely changed because I don't think you're meant to do the B sector forever. Or I would say you're not meant to do just B sector. Like James Caldwell, he doesn't do just B sector. You're not supposed to do it forever. Oh, if you have something worth saying, I agree. Yeah, but over here, when it comes to beefing and stuff like that, you got to worry about people flagging your channel, getting it taken down. This is why I did it on my backup channel. People trying to set you up, sabotage you, and stuff like that. There's a lot you got to worry about. A lot. And so, yeah, if you're looking at this as being your bread and butter and like you're mad because other people are doing this and that's on them. And granted, sometimes if people aren't watching you anymore or people aren't paying attention to you, sometimes you got to switch it up. Sometimes you got to reinvent yourself. That might be the right thing to do, is to reinvent yourself. You can't be the same always. You got to reinvent yourself. Always change it up, switch it up. You can't stay stagnant forever. And this ain't me harping on him. Like, this is me like giving free game to everybody, You got to change it up. You got to switch it up. Because when you stay the same, people get bored with it. And they just be like, oh, well, I know you're going to give me the same bullshit, so I'm going to move on to the next, Make sure your content is relatable. Right. I think the whole, Pastor Wilson and all that, I think it worked for a time period, but I think people are just over it now. I think people want something new and different. And I think also, too, because they always call him out for his hypocrisy and stuff like that. So when it comes to the whole passive thing and all that stuff, I think people look at it like, this hypocrite, they don't take it seriously. Whereas, well, hell, I mean, there's Larry Reed, and we don't take his ministry seriously. You said it, not me. Oh man. And I think it's a thing too. It's so funny because in the beef sector, they don't like letting people into the beef sector at all. They don't want you to be a part of it. They don't want to let you in. They want to sabotage you. They want to get rid of you before you even start. They don't welcome you in. And the crazy part is that you would think they would want to let more people in because that's how you make more money. That's how you get the clicks and the views. And you want people to come in who have money so they can donate, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that stuff, Super Chat. You want more people to come in, but they're not so welcoming to outsiders. That's why Quannie, caught herself going off on me with her drunk ass. You know? Yeah, he was on Dr. Heavenly channel. Yeah, and he refused to entertain, talk about the B sector, laugh out loud. Yeah, he wasn't going to do that on her channel. No. Of course, he was not going to do that on her channel. No, 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 no. You had to come off the clouds. I'm just saying. I think more, and I think this is like an overall thing, and I'm not going to talk about religion too much, but I think the overall compass is like, I think with everybody being able to expose like religious leaders and stuff like that, you kind of look at the whole church thing differently. And I think that's why more people move into like spirituality and stuff like that. I think church already made people feel uncomfortable. And I think when they see like, the pastors, the first ladies doing shady shit, it turned people off. And now that we have the internet, it's turned a lot more people off. And so I think it's a deeper conversation, I promise you. But yeah, you got to rebrand yourself from that. You know what I mean? But not made up beef either. Yes, a lot of people will make up beef. Just like Rico. And I'm going to finish off with this one. I ain't going to keep y'all too long. Take Wiley back. Please. Take Wiley cockroach, cockeyed ass back to the motherfucking B sector. Y'all can have that cockroach looking motherfucker. Take him back over there with y'all crazy asses. I do not want him over here in the celebrity gossip black tea sector. Take his cockroach, cockeyed ass back over there with y'all. That mofo is crazy. Literally was in Vegas. Help get your shit popping. Because let's be honest, those people really came out for Couture Bay. No shade Couture Bay, but they came out for you, not for him. And got your shit popping, right? Mind you, we had a good time. I don't regret going to Vegas at all. Had a good motherfucking time. I'm not lying. Had a good time. And so when you hear this cockroach, cockeyed motherfucker talk shit, you just kind of like, that's interesting. So you literally created a whole scenario with me and created this whole fake thing, this whole beef with AT2 for no reason. That's very interesting. And it's that kind of like fake shit. I'm all like, that must came from the beef sector. Because there's no way in hell that we party, had a good time, and then you had something to say about me being jealous and I really came there for you. Get the fuck out of here. Really? What kind of clout can I get from hanging out with you? None. None at all. None. This is why people don't want to fuck with you. This is why Tasha K don't fuck with you. This is why Storm don't fuck with you. This is why Armand don't fuck with you. Get Rico, take him back over there. Take him back with you. Now, what you don't want me to do, and I'm going to end on this note, because you know I got to hit y'all with a punchline before I get on out of here. Ooh, Ronnie, cheers. Cheers to that. But what you don't want me to do, because we're going to call it AT2 gate in a minute. What you don't want me to do is fuck VS and get her pregnant while I have Rico eat my ass from the back. That's what you don't want to happen. I'll take your bitches from you. If you... It's just jokes. I love VS. I love Rico. It ain't no beef or nothing like that. It's just a joke. But oh, that was my phone. All right, y'all. We gonna go ahead and get out of here. But this was the soft launch of AT2 into the B sector. I'm still deciding on whether or not I want to be in there. I don't know. It's a lot, y'all. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. But we out of here, y'all. Deuces. Love y'all. We out.